Hello everyone, my name is Simon, and today we're gonna take a look at Empire.Happy, the Terran player playing with the yellow pieces from Russia, playing for Team Empire. And his opponent for this map is going to be none other than the Swedish Zerg player. Yeah, he's playing as the red Zerg in this game, playing for the French team Millenium. It's going to be none other than M.Lalush. It's going to be a Zerg versus Terran on this map, Cloud Kingdom. And let's talk a little bit about both players actually. It's going to be M.Lalush, obviously. M.Lalush is not the most well-known Zerg in the world. He, of course, has been consistently putting up some decent results, winning some cups here and there, but he isn't like the top-level Zerg, like for example DRG or something. He is, however, very good. He's obviously a very high-level Grandmaster Zerg player, and of course he knows his game. However, he hasn't been winning any major tournaments, at least not that I know of, and not recently. But I know he's very good, and he's capable of putting up some really good results, beating some really good players now and then. His opponent, on the other hand, has been winning a bunch of tournaments. Happy, of course, being known for all his weekly tournaments and some bigger tournaments as well. He, however, I haven't heard too much of him lately. Maybe he has been back to studying or something, or maybe he's just not putting up the best results ever. But he's always been one of the better Terran players in Europe, and I expect a really good game between both players right here. So we see the first Overlord already going across the map, the second Overlord. I wonder actually where he's sending the second Overlord. No, he's just gonna park it right here. Normally you would actually park your Overlord right about here to actually spot from any SCVs coming in, because maybe they would hide a bunker up there somewhere, but he's not going to be doing that. Oh, he's actually just gonna pull back this Overlord a little bit right now. So Empire.Happy already going ahead and scouting his opponent, because while scouting is really important. We see meanwhile M.Lalush obviously opening up with a hatchery first, which is completely standard in Zerg versus Terran, following it up with a spawning pool. The interesting part, however, is he going to take gases or not? If he is not going to take gases, we can expect 4 or more queens going out. If he is going to take gases, however, we will expect like double queen and maybe getting a third and fourth queen a little bit later. On the other side of the map, meanwhile, we see a depot going down, followed up by a barracks, as well as a command center. So it's going to be a 1-Rex expand, as well as a orbital command going down, and the first gas guys are probably also gonna take. Yeah, there you go. The second gas guys are going down already, as well as throwing down the first mule. Obviously getting that extra boost of income right now, and he will be able to afford another barracks or two really soon, depending if he wants that or not. So right now it looks like we don't see any kind of Vespium guys just taken just yet by M.Lalush, and we already see 2 queens on the production tab, already rallying all drones to his natural, as you can see right here with his rally point, taking all his drones to the natural so that he can actually saturate both bases evenly. Gonna just go ahead and drone up as hard as he can, probably gonna go ahead and actually get 2 more queens after those first 2 popped. And we actually can already see the first Overlord being parked right here. The first Overlord actually scouted the command center, a Marine trying to attack it, but not going to happen, obviously. Not going to lose to 1 Marine. However, we already see a bunker going down. That's just to prevent any kind of early Zergling pressure right now. And it's just going to make Empire.Happy be a lot safer against any kind of early Zerg play. Because right now, Empire.Happy doesn't know about any kind of all-in. Of course, he sees this hatchery going down. But if you have a really aggressive Zerg player, you could see a hatchery cancel right now, and then he would just pull everything they have and just go attack. And this bunker is going to prevent any kind of that harassment. Or at least make him a lot safer. However, we already see the third queen almost about to finish. The fourth queen as well on the production tab. Probably gonna use his first queen to put down a creep tumor any moment right now. Yeah, there the creep tumor goes. And this creep tumor is just going to give him that much of map control. As soon as it starts spreading, you can actually spread it this way. You can spread it all over the map. And that way they will actually have vision all over the map. As well as his Zerg units will just speed up on that juicy creep. Yeah, like I don't even know how to put that easily, but it's really good to have a lot of creep threats on right now. We actually see already 2 queens dedicated to spreading creep. Of course, queens being much more popular nowadays, because actually they got a range upgrade. A few like a month or so ago, and ever since then Zerg players have been feeling safe by warding off any kind of Hellion pressure with Queens. And speaking about Hellions, speaking of the devil, we already see almost 2 Hellions about to pop out, as well as the Stimpack upgrade about to finish, as well as Marauders. So what we might actually see is actually some Marauder Hellion pressure, because we already see Stimpack going down, because Stimpack is really good. If you didn't know that, well, you haven't played too much StarCraft most likely, but Stimpack is one of the strongest upgrades that the Terran has. Of course, gonna need the medeffects to heal up the Stimpack damage. However, we see the first Hellions already moving out. However, there's 2 Queens already there to block off this little bit of a choke right here. A full wall of right here with 2 Evolution Chambers and 2 Queens, going to prevent any kind of run-in by the Terran player. So right now actually we see a Roach Warren going down, as well as +1 and +1 upgrades. Most likely gonna get a lair relatively soon, because well there actually we see the lair going down. Of course, this lair is going to give him countless possibilities. He could actually stick with roaches with Baneling speed, or maybe speed roaches, or could go for Mutalisk more likely, or maybe even Infestor. It's going to depend on his style. Right now we see already a bunch of Hellions out right now. I actually wanted to mention this at the early part of the game. I'm not sure if he did, but Empire.Happy is actually known for his Hellion harassment. He really loves his Hellions, and he's well known for getting a bunch of them, not even scared of getting double factory. However, we see a starport going down, as well as a tech lab already being almost ready to finish that Stimpack upgrade. And I imagine as soon as this Stimpack upgrade finishes, he's going to switch over the starport with the barracks, and the barracks going to put... Oh no, actually he's not going to do that. I thought he was going to go for Banshees, but instead he decides to switch the starport out with the reactor, probably gonna go for double medevacs. Here we go, actually a big engagement right here. The Queens and the Zergling, or the Roaches, trying to defend against the Hellions, but the Hellions are going to clean it up pretty easily. However, Hellions aren't really good against buildings. Right here you can actually see they're barely doing any damage to this hatchery. The hatchery is still up, and this is not going to give that much of a problem to M.Lalush. M.Lalush getting more and more roaches, as well as Zerglings. Zerglings trying to run around and actually surround all those Hellions, getting a few of them. Really good surround right there by M.Lalush, and actually warding off those Hellions for the time being. However, I wonder what M.Lalush knows right now. M.Lalush doesn't know about this 3rd command center going up just yet. He also doesn't know about the mass marine production that just started out. He's going to get the combat shield upgrade right now, as well as producing 5 marines at a time, even getting another tech lab to probably produce some more tanks soon enough. However, we see some more aggression by the Terran player, trying to pick off some more Zerglings, some more drones if he can, but of course not going to be happening with those roaches right there, because roaches are really good. We already see the +2 attack, as well as the +2 armor upgrade going to go down, as well as the 3rd base finishing up by the Zerg player. Also having a macro hatchery already finished, as well as an infestation pit. Of course, gonna use those for the juicy infestors. However, we see a big rundown right now by the Zerg player. We see a push out by the Terran player. Meanwhile, and actually, oh, the wall off is complete. The supply depots are up, and he's going to repair everything that he has with those SCVs, and while this push is going on, he's going to put up a lot of pressure on this 3rd base of the Zerg player. It's going to be interesting. Is he going to be able to snipe down this 3rd? He might as well be, because, well, he's going to actually go into this choke. Right now, all the SCVs, or all the Zerglings, are not able to attack, actually. Great positioning right now by the Terran player. Right now, we see all the Marines being in the center, being surrounded by the Marauders, and the Marauders are just going to be able to give that much of a support. However, we see more and more Zerglings going to run in, but is it going to be enough? It doesn't look like it, actually. Really good attack right there by the Terran player, because the Terran player is just most likely going to be able to actually snipe down this 3rd base, as well, sniping a lot of drones right now. And of course, we see those medeffects out of energy right now, being really busy sniping off the 3rd base, and there we go, actually picking up all the stuff in the medevac, going to drop into the main while taking down his 3rd base already. So right now we see the pressure continuing. However, yeah, we see a good pickup right there by Empire.Happy, picking up the 3rd base. M.Lalush already sneaking in a 4th base, or a 3rd base rather. Not going to be scouted just yet by Empire.Happy. Empire.Happy doesn't know about this 3rd base just yet. However, just some more harassment going to go down by Happy. Happy going to drop into the main, going back to the 3rd, going back to the main. Just gonna be annoying. However, we see the FS is already out, putting a good fungal out there, right there on top of the Marines and Marauders, as well as on the medevac. So that's going to give him a little bit of an advantage. Maybe, no, he's actually not going to be able to put down this medevac. So he's just gonna go escape and just gonna go and fly back home, most likely. Going to be safe completely. Right now, actually, we see another push going down by the Terran player. The Terran player just scouted this third base already, and he's most likely going to use his siege tank to actually just siege up along this ledge. And there's really no way for M.Lalush to actually attack that. However, M.Lalush is going to scout it right now. The siege tanks are a little bit late to sieging up. However, he's going to be able to actually put down the shots already. However, the infestor is going to run in right now. Good fungals going down. However, I don't know if it's going to be enough. No, doesn't look like it. Looks like he's just going to be able to put off this hatchery as well as putting down a few drones rather. Most likely, yeah, he's going to get this base for sure. 40 Zerglings, however, on the production tab, but he's not going to be in time. We see a lot of infestors as well as +2/+2 already finished for the Zerg, but it's going to be really hard. However, we already see a little bit of a small drop right there. Just going to be able to pull back a little bit of the Zerg force. While this little bit of an army is already pushing back right now. I'm not gonna lose any more siege tanks than he already did. A planetary fortress already down for the Terran player. So this planetary is going to defend any kind of rundown by the Zerg player. He could run down all the way down here, but not going to be happening with this planetary fortress. Of course, a really smart move by the Terran player because he knows he's ahead, and this is one of the things that could actually make him put behind again if he gets a big run by. However, the planetary is going to be able to defend it. However, we see a push right now. The infest is trying to get a fungo up, however, not doing it. I imagine the tank sieging up right now. Gonna make a stand right here, and a few roaches and a few marines already splitting up to actually prevent the fungals. However, we could see a good fungal right now. However, it's not happening. But yeah, this push is just going to be able to make the Terran macro up a bigger army, because right now the Zerg player is not going to be able to make any more units right now. Big fungal most likely going to go down. Yeah, we see a good fungal right there, as well as a few infested Terrans going down. Those infested Terrans most likely going to be able to clean this up. If he is going to be able to, actually he isn't going to be able to. A little bit of more infested Terrans going down, as well as 20 more Zerglings on the production tab. Most likely just gonna, no, he's actually not gonna pick up that tank with the medevac. So it looks like we already got a 4th command center going down, while the third is still the third of the Zerg is actually almost about to die. A big advantage right now for the Terran player, Happy. Happy, of course, having a huge army already there again, producing 6 Marines and 3 Marauders, as well as 2 tanks at a time. Going to get +3 armor already out, as well as the concussive shell upgrade for the Marauders. We see, of course, a few infestors going to sneak by. He's not going to be scouted by the Terran player because, well, it's really hard to see them move out. However, this is going to be a huge army, and it's going to be very, very hard for M.Lalush to actually defend this. Most likely gonna lose his 3rd base to this push because, well, it's already on that little HP, and, well, there we go. Actually, he's going to target down this hatchery right now, and it's going to go down. There we go. And right now it's going to be 2 base against 4 base of the Terran player. Terran player, of course, doing really well, as well as a small drop right here. Going to the natural, most likely, after this. However, this is going to be so hard for the Zerg player to push out. Of course, he's trying to actually kill this army with his Zerglings and his fungal growth. As well as Adrenal Glands actually about to finish, which could make a little bit of a difference right now. But no, it's already going to actually walk these Zerglings into their death. So yeah, really solid play by Empire.Happy. Empire.Happy already taking his 5th base as well as his 6th base right now, only against a 2 base Zerg. That's going to be so hard for the Zerg player to pull back from this, and I don't expect him to be able to do this actually. Really cool game by Empire.Happy, playing M.Lalush straight up, doing some really good timing pushes, as well as a really strong micro, and it's just going to be too much for M.Lalush. However, he's not going to give up. He's going to hang on just a little bit longer. However, we see a big push right now going across the map right again by the Terran player. Of course, the Terran player going to be going ahead and just get more and a bigger army. But as soon as those command centers go in, and actually the planetary is already finished at the 4 base as well. We see a Zergling run by right now by the Zerg player, but of course this planetary was talking earlier about this one, as well as this planetary is going to prevent anything. However, we see a little bit of a run by right now to the natural of the Terran player, but it's not going to be enough, and GG is called while the Terran playing is moving into the 3rd base. So Empire.Happy wins this game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Want to thank you all for watching. Click the screen right now, it will take you to the next video, and I want to thank you all for watching, and have a great day, guys. Bye!